Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to Just Singing Time Post Show. It is Monday, August 5th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw, which was the fallout from SummerSlam. But I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is Michael 101591.
Hello, guys. How you doing? Always a joy to be on Datila's channel here, reviewing these shows. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, definitely. We have quite a few things to talk about. As we know, SummerSlam, there was a lot that went down at SummerSlam, and this was no different. A lot of things went down tonight, but let's kick things off talking about the Wyatt Sicks in-ring debut. So they fought against Chad Gable and the Creed brothers here. And I have to say, like, Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, their stable name is American Made.
Which is a nice name.
Yeah, nice name. And I like the fact that they had matching gear here. Now, with the Wyatt Sicks, I thought it was really well done. Apparently, it's been 11 years since the original Wyatt family debuted. They debuted right there in Baltimore. I didn't know that.
I remember when the Wyatt family debuted. It was a great debut with them there.
Oh, okay. I was watching on and off because I was in school, so I don't remember their debut.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I really, really like this. I thought this was a nice, like, little homage to Bray Wyatt. Yeah, I really like that. And then,
I like that Uncle Howdy got to sit in the chair. So that was also kind of like a little tribute to, Bray Wyatt there. Yep.
Yeah. This was great. I liked it. Makes you wonder that was supposed to be Bray in there.
Mm-hmm. And it just shows, how Bo Dallas does Uncle Howdy, or like how Bo Dallas looks exactly like his brother.
He does. All right. So I thought this was a really great match. I thought the Wyatt Sicks had such great chemistry.
They did. I like the pairing of them. Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan.
Same. It seems like Uncle Howdy's going to be on the sidelines, pulling the strings, while Rowan, Lumis, and Gacy are the ones that are going to be competing in the matches.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like what they did with Bray Wyatt. Like they would have like Eric Rowan and Brody Lee when they were part of Wyatt family, and just Bray Wyatt just sat on the sidelines. I think like when it's time, like when they find a good like feud for Uncle Howdy, that's when we're going to get to see him in the ring.
Definitely. I thought this was really well done. It was so beautiful executed.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was, greatly done. And, Bray was kind of looking down, possibly saying, "Oh, good job."
I really like this nice little callback that Joe Gacy did to Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Like Michael Cole alluded to, I'm sure Bray Wyatt was looking down and smiling at them. He was just probably so happy to see his vision come to life.
And Bo Dallas and them, are doing a very good job with it.
Yeah. And then this was the ending shot. That was a really cool shot.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that was cool. So I don't know if you caught it, but during the match, Eric Rowan paid a homage to Brody Lee when he went like that.
I did see it.
Yeah, I thought that was really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though this was Chad Gable and the Creed brothers' first match as a faction, I felt like they could have taken the loss because there was no way you were going to make the Wyatt Sicks lose. You have to make the Wyatt Sicks look strong. Chad Gable and the Creed brothers will be okay.
Yeah, this was their in-ring debut. You can't have them lose their first match, their in-ring debut, because that will make them look bad. And them winning against the Creeds, it's a good move. Like the Creeds and Chad Gable could. So the Wyatts really needed this.
Yeah, they did. So this was great. I really like this, and I cannot wait to see what happens next.
Me too. Very good match.
Definitely.
And this crowd here tonight, throughout the whole show, Monday Night Raw, they were on fire throughout the show. They were really interested in the show.
They were. It was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday Night Raw kicked off with Gunther. As we all know, Gunther defeated Damian Priest. There's an asterisk on that with victory, by the way. And he's now the new world heavyweight champion. Yeah, I like how he was talking about how his IC title reign and how he made that so historic that he plans to make this historic too. And I believe him. I don't think he's going to lose that belt anytime soon. It wouldn't surprise me if he holds that belt all the way to WrestleMania and leaves WrestleMania as champion.
Oh yeah, I see them making him the longest reigning world heavyweight champion, like they did with him when he was the Intercontinental champion. I think that they're gonna make Gunther. Maybe he goes further, days that, holding the World Heavyweight Championship than he did the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
And you can't forget Ludwig Kaiser returned tonight.
Oh yeah, Ludwig Kaiser returned. He introduced Gunther here.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the fact that it was Randy Orton that came out that interrupted. One of the things that made me laugh was how Gunther was like, nothing catches him off guard, and then he told Randy, "I admit you caught me off guard."
Because they have unfinished business. Remember, at the end of the ring match, Orton's shoulders weren't down.
I actually did not watch King of the Ring. Remember, I was in Houston, Texas that weekend.
Or Double or Nothing, right?
No, I was in Houston, Texas to meet.
John Cena. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did recall reading about that Orton's shoulders weren't down. So I really like the fact that it was Randy Orton here. And they actually bring that up during this promo, which was really good. So it seems like that's going to be your Bash in Berlin main event, Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. And I like the fact that after they stopped using the mic, if you listen carefully, Gunther tells Randy that he's going to catch him out of nowhere. And Randy tells Gunther he wants it to see it. He wants him to see it coming. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. But it should be a good match. It's going to be in Gunther's home country.
Orton's going to be a tough challenger for Gunther's first defense.
Not really. I don't see it.
Wait a second. Do we get an explanation as to why Randy Orton was on Raw?
No.
I think they explained it somewhere. I must have missed it. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay. And no, I'm not taking over the Datila stream here, so. But yeah, Orton, he's not going to be, a tough challenger for Gunther because he's not losing. Gunther's not losing that title. I mean, he just won it at, SummerSlam. No way at the end of the month he's losing it.
Sorry, my dog was whimpering to come in.
Ah.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way Gunther's losing that belt very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But Randy Orton might give him a run for his money, though. All right. So next we get a Sheamus interview. And Sheamus is basically talking about how people want to make a name for themselves using him. He talks about how after he's done with Gunther, he might just put Beat Down on the shelf and that Baltimore is in for a banger. And this leads into Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. So remember, because of Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser was out for a month with injured ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was a really great match. Sheamus ultimately ended up winning, despite the fact that Pete Dunne tried to get involved in this. But I honestly have really enjoyed the rivalry with Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus.
I have too.
I think it elevated Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're seeing more of Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther than Giovanni Vinci. Where's Vinci been?
Yeah, poor Giovanni Vinci.
You almost said Leonardo da Vinci.
Caught myself.
That's good.
Yeah, but this was great.
It was.
So next we get a Wyatt like a Wyatt family video, and I actually really like this because not only is it about the original Wyatt family, but it intertwines with the Wyatt Sicks, and I absolutely love this. I thought this was really nice, well made, and it was just
very
all
well
about the celebration of the Wyatt family. So I dug it.
Yeah, I thought it was very well done. Seeing the Wyatt family and how it culminated into the Wyatt Six. I thought that was pretty cool, and I like that it said like it was like 11 years ago they debuted.
That's crazy. I can't
Right,
believe
that they threw
11.
that they put that in there.
Yeah. So we get Damian Priest, and he's like pissed off. Obviously, why wouldn't he be pissed off? Dominic betrayed Rhea. Finn Balor betrayed him. Leonardo da Vinci and Ludwig van Beethoven. It's funny.
Until we be saying Ludwig van Beethoven in a future video for Ludwig Kaiser.
I haven't botched anyone's names as of late.
Yeah. You're doing a good job of not botching.
So, I really like this Damian Priest promo. I feel like he's come a long way from like his early promo days. And then I really like the fact that like Finn Balor appeared on the Titantron, and like at first you just see Finn Balor, and then it zooms out to reveal the new Judgment Day. And one of the things that I liked about this is the long-term storytelling that was being told here. He held up a picture of Damian Priest. You have to remember, Damian Priest cost Finn Balor. Hold on. You can make the argument that Damian Priest cost Finn Balor his matches. I mean, it was last year at SummerSlam that because of Damian Priest, Finn Balor lost. At Money in the Bank, Finn Balor lost because of Damian Priest. You can make that argument. Did Damian Priest mean to Finn Balor lose? No. But you can make that argument that because of Damian Priest, Finn Balor did not become world champion. So I really like that they added that aspect to this story.
I thought that was good too. And we all knew that this was coming with the new Judgment Day.
Exactly. And here's the image of the new Judgment Day. Carlito. It seems like Carlito's sticking around.
Yeah, because he was never really officially part of the Judgment Day. But I'll get to explain that when we get to what happened after JD, McDonagh, and Damian Priest.
Yeah, so obviously this is going to lead into a match between the two of them at some point. But maybe a Bad Blood? No, that's too out there.
Bash in Berlin.
Yeah. So Bronson Reed is like looking for a match because he questions why Sheamus got a match when he beat Sheamus. And he's going to create his own path to the top, which we'll get to when we get there. We get Shayna Baszler versus Lyra Valkyria, and while this match I thought was okay, I didn't get enough of this match. This match ended up in a DQ pretty much. It seems like they're doing. It seems like they're doing kind of, I guess you can say, faction warfare here. They got Damage Control versus Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark, whatever the group name they have.
There's no group name for them yet.
Yeah, they don't have a group name. So that's what this whole segment was about.
Yeah, I didn't care for this match. It was just boring. That's why I picked up my pillow and started snoring at that. That's my reaction to this match.
I thought it was okay.
Nah.
So Final Testament cuts a promo. I have to say, Karrion Kross can talk. He can talk. It's just his booking is not doing him any favors here.
And this is a guy who was booked so well down in NXT when he was down there.
Yeah.
And he's one of Triple H's guys. I don't know why he's not booking him like he did in NXT. The guy.
I thought I heard them referred to as the shooters on commentary. Maybe I imagined hearing it. I didn't hear them.
Didn't hear it.
So one of the things I like about this promo is the fact that Karrion Kross brings up the fact that that Kofi Kingston basically made it to the top and Xavier Woods didn't. And you can even say Big E made it to the top because both of them were champions. Xavier Woods never reached that level.
Mm-hmm.
Never reached that level.
Which is sad for him.
Yeah. And I also like the fact that he mentions that he gave Woods plenty of opportunities, which is more opportunities than Kross has been given. So I really like the fact that he mentioned that. I thought that was a really good part.
I thought it was too.
And a throw, huh?
It was a good promo from Karrion Kross.
It was. I also like the fact that he mentioned the power of positivity. Remember when they used to do
with the unicorn?
The unicorn, yeah.
God, I can't imagine people in arenas going out and wearing that. I'd be like, why are you wearing that? All right.
So we get an interesting segment with Ivy Nile. Remember I said, like, she hasn't officially joined the Creed and Chad Gables, but I think she will because Maxine basically asked her where the hell she's been and kind of tells her what's been going on with the Creeds. And Chad Gable basically tells Ivy Nile that she doesn't need Maxine. Now she does leave with Chad Gable, but she seems kind of like not that reluctant, but she was just kind of like, okay, she just kind of went with him. She didn't necessarily agree with him. And I think they should play that out more. Like they should make it that, oh, Ivy Niles feels conflicted, and then that she should just attack Maxine.
Yeah, this promo sealed the deal of Ivy Nile joining with Chad Gable and the Creeds.
Yeah, it definitely did. But I think it's gonna be a slow burn. I feel like the way it occurred, it makes you kind of think that they're gonna play her as being conflicted as joining the Creeds or siding with Maxine, and then ultimately she's gonna turn on Maxine and side with the Creeds and Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm. That's where this is going.
Yeah, definitely. So next we get a CM Punk promo, and I actually really, really like this segment.
Me too.
I thought it was a really great segment. I really like how Punk alluded to the summer of Punk by saying that it was still summer and that the crowd deserved more of CM Punk fighting rather than talking.
Yeah, give me that.
Huh?
I said, give me that.
Yeah, and the fact that it was Seth Rollins that came out because they're telling two different stories. They're telling the story of CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre here. And I like the fact that Drew McIntyre came out and he was basically trying to get their attention and provoke CM Punk here. And I like the fact that he still had the bracelet, which was enough to provoke CM Punk to chase after him. And then afterwards, Bronson Reed attacked Seth frickin' Rollins. And if I'm correct, it seems if I counted correctly, he hit Seth Rollins with 6 tsunamis.
Yes.
It was 6, right?
6. You're right.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I counted correctly. But yeah, like he is making a statement. So it seems like we're going to get a Bronson Reed versus Seth frickin' Rollins feud here.
Yeah. And he was coughing up blood too, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's a great way to build up Bronson Reed.
I think this is a way to take Rollins off of TV for a while.
Wait, didn't he just came back like a while?
Yeah, but if they're trying to play the fact up that Bronson Reed tsunami'd him 6 times and then he's coughing up blood and he's taken to a hospital, they're trying to play up the fact that he's going to be off TV for a while.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think he should come back like maybe like a week or 2 weeks before Bash in Berlin, if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being rated off TV, Adam Pearce comes out, and maybe you're right because it says that he couldn't provide a medical update and that Seth Rollins will be going to the hospital.
Yeah, they did a Michael Cole, and later on the show said that he was taken to the hospital, and they were doing like a scan on Rollins, and said they were doing a CAT scan and an endoscopy.
With the main event of Raw and 6-man tag, I think you should consider Trios Tag Team Champions, aka 6-man.
No.
They do have a lot of factions, but I think that I don't think that they should.
You don't want to have a problem like AEW has.
So, anywho.
But I thought it was a very good segment, though.
Yeah, this was a great segment.
And the crowd really loved it. Like, they were chanting for Bronson Reed, do one more time, one more tsunami. And you got to give it to Michael Cole on commentary. You know, he was selling what was going on commentary. He was like, Adam Pearce, where are you? Get out here.
That's true. Adam Pearce doesn't have control over Raw like Nick Aldis has control over SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. It's true what Chelsea Green said.
Yeah. That's true. But we also find out that Adam Pearce told CM Punk that Drew McIntyre is gone for the rest of the day. I kind of thought that he was going to come back and attack CM Punk sometime.
I thought so too. I thought this was going to lead to a brawl in the concourse area.
Same, but it didn't. So next we get the New Day versus AOP. Shout out to the New Day for having such awesome gear. You know, they've been the Power Rangers, they've been Dragon Ball Z, and today they were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Half Shell. Turtle Power. Even though I personally grew up on Mutant Chain Reaction, you know, the 80s theme will forever be catchy. Who hasn't heard the 80s theme?
That's my age of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I didn't grow up with the cartoon, but I watched a few episodes like here and there.
I've actually never seen any episodes of the 80s cartoon, but I have heard the theme song. And like I said, I grew up on Mutant Chain Reaction.
You gotta watch the 80s
Underground.
cartoon, Datila. You gotta watch the 80s cartoon Datila. It's classic. And also the live action films.
I've seen the live action films.
Yeah, except for part 3. Part 3 is awful.
1, 2, 3, 4 Turtles. Xavier Woods was Donatello and Kofi Kingston was Michelangelo. The only thing missing for the New Day was Kevin Nash as Super Shredder.
And them doing "Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go!"
Go.
I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. So underrated.
Yeah. All right. So I kind of didn't care for this match. I'm just so over this feud with Final Testament. I felt like it hadn't been progressing, and I feel like now finally it went to the next step. Odyssey Jones made a long-awaited debut, and it was interesting that he was wearing a New Day shirt.
And a lot of people are going to be like, who is this guy? Don't forget, Odyssey Jones was in NXT, and he got drafted to Monday Night Raw. It's just that he was in catering because they had no plans for him.
He got drafted last year or 2 years ago.
He got drafted last year, and then he got drafted this year to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
But they had no plans for him.
1980s TMNT is a classic for sure. Fun fact, the voice of Shredder in the cartoon was Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince. I heard about that.
And he does a good job voicing Shredder. His Shredder laugh actually is featured in some episodes of The Fresh Prince where, like, you know, where he like has like his like evil side to Will Smith's character.
Mm-hmm.
Which it comes out though.
So, like I said, I didn't really care for this match. The New Day won. I will say, great debut by Odyssey Jones. He was able to lift up AOP with ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Odyssey Jones, he's going to be the newest member of the New Day because this just seals that Big E is no longer going to come back.
I will say this: I don't think anybody will ever replace Big E. I don't think anybody will ever take his spot officially. You know, there's no replacing Big E.
Yeah, of course. But the New Day needs a third member, so because it was Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston.
See, I don't think we're getting a third member here because if you notice at back when they went backstage, Xavier Woods' face here, he did not look happy at all. And right here, it kind of seems like he's kind of forcing a smile. You know, like a smile when you're just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seemed like he was forcing a fake smile. So I wonder if they're gonna pull the trigger
and have Xavier Woods join the Final Testament.
Yeah. I don't think Kofi and Odyssey Jones would necessarily be like a new day or like New Day 2.0, but I think that they'll definitely, it seems like they're going to be a pairing here. But now I'm kind of intrigued to see where this goes. Is Karrion Kross correct? Would Xavier Woods turn on Kofi Kingston? You know,
we'll have to wait and see. You know, there are points where like, oh no, he's not going to join the Final Testament. And there are points that like, oh yeah, he might join the Final Testament, but then they kind of like put it on the like the back burner a little bit. But this is, of course, long-term booking here.
It is, and the question is this the beginning of the end for the New Day?
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
They're the only tag team that's still together.
Mm-hmm.
So
for 10 years.
Yeah. So we actually got 2 promos tonight, 2 like video promos, which I liked. One was from JD McDonagh and one was from Damian Priest. And I actually really like these. They should do more of these types of promos.
They should.
I like the fact that JD McDonagh brings up the fact that Damian Priest didn't want him in Judgment Day. He didn't want him in Judgment Day. And that basically he was sacrificing himself for Damian Priest and for the Judgment Day. Like he took a lot of beatings. You know?
Yeah, he is, you know, he's brave for doing that.
Yeah, and then now he says that he's gonna get his revenge because he's in Judgment Day and Damian Priest is out. And then Damian Priest, I feel like with Damian Priest's promo, he basically mostly talks about Finn Balor, and he alludes to the fact that once again, JD McDonagh is the sacrifice too for Judgment Day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was really good.
Me too.
So we get Awesome Truth versus A-Town Down Under. Again, did I miss something here?
Very mediocre match. This just signaled the possible split of The Miz and R-Truth.
I mean, okay, first Randy Orton and now A-Town Down Under. Did I miss something?
Missed nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this. Yeah, I do think that Awesome Truth will probably split. A-Town Down Under is victorious, but then again, A-Town Down Under is also teasing a split too. So let's see who splits up first.
It'll be The Miz and R-Truth. It'll be Awesome Truth that splits first.
Yeah, I definitely think so too.
Because The Miz was like at the end of the match, like, oh, why did you do that? Like to R-Truth, because Truth ended up blind tagging in.
Oh yeah, I don't think the Awesome Truth was supposed to be long term. I think they just came together for the storyline leading up to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a Bron Breakker interview, and one of the things I like about this is about how he's talking about how he's a hunter and not the hunted. And I like the fact that he's like, there isn't a man that can take his name off his title, and he's just like showing like the nameplate. So I thought that was pretty cool. I
thought it was too. When you see Bron Breakker, you know he is championship material.
Definitely, and I've talked about this, and for the usual when I do SmackDown reviews, it's like Carmelo Hayes was the #1 draft pick, and when you look at the booking of Bron Breakker versus Carmelo Hayes, the booking is like night and day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's a Bron Breakker definitely has a bright future ahead of him.
For sure.
We get Damian Priest versus JD McDonagh. And this match basically has no finish because Finn Balor cheap shots Damian Priest. And basically, everybody comes out and attacks Damian Priest. Even Liv Morgan takes takes her swing at Damian Priest. Where I think this is going to lead to, because of the fact that Rhea Ripley came out to help Damian Priest, I think we're going to get ourselves a mixed tag team match. Player,
holla, holla, holla.
It's probably going to be Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic and Liv Morgan.
We won't get that at Bash in Berlin. It'll probably just be on a random Monday Night Raw.
You know, it's so crazy how like Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley became massive baby faces out of Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're gonna accompany each other, like for their matches.
I could see that happening, at least temporarily, while they're still feuding with Judgment Day.
Yeah, because they're, like you said, they're the two biggest baby faces coming out of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I wonder who else would align with them to kind of like take on everybody else on the Judgment Day. They made a lot of enemies.
Yeah, see, now with Priest and Rhea out, I think now this, solidifies Carlito being officially part of the New Day and Liv Morgan replacing Rhea in the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carlito is not officially part of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, he is.
I think with Priest now out, Carlito, was replacing him. Was replacing Priest.
If it wasn't for the fact that we were getting the original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline for a War Games match, I could definitely see them doing something similar with the Judgment Day.
New Judgment Day versus old Judgment Day.
Yeah. Oh, hey, this is, let me see. R-Truth joins Priest and Rhea.
No, no. Please, no. Don't put that evil out there, Ricky Bobby, as Datila says.
I actually really liked when Truth was. I really wish that storyline would have lasted a lot longer than it did.
Even though I've never seen Talladega Nights, and Datila is still telling me to watch it.
To be fair, there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen. All right. So we're supposed to get Dakota Kai versus Sonya Deville, but they attack backstage. So this ends up being IYO Sky versus Sonya Deville. And I think this was a bad match. IYO Sky wins. I thought this was a great showing by IYO Sky, Kairi Zayn, and Sonya, and the rest of them.
Yeah, I thought it was surprisingly decent.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this.
I thought it was just going to be another, sleep-inducing match. But I was entertained by it.
This was good. I like this a lot better than I did Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna Baszler.
Oh, by far.
Yeah. All right, so we get a quick Sami Zayn segment, and it seems to me like him and Jey Uso might challenge for the tag titles, because Jey Uso alludes to Sami Zayn being a double champion, and we also find out next week he's getting his rematch.
Obviously, I wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah, same. All right. So last but certainly not least, we get Joe Gacy, who was the last member of the Wyatt Sicks to get showcased, because we've gotten like videotapes from Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis. So the only one missing was Joe Gacy. So I like this.
I did too.
That was really good. I wonder, like, now if we're still going to keep getting videotape segments, especially now that they've done all the members. So.
But it's a good way to showcase them. I thought that was a very good job going, from each member to, explaining themselves.
Mm-hmm. Going to bed, but what a damn good episode of Raw. Probably the best of the year, in my opinion. Yeah.
I agree.
So we're going to stop there because we already talked about the main event. So on a scale from a 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, what would you rank tonight's show?
This Raw was easily a 9 out of 10 for me. It would have been a perfect 10 if we got rid of the Lyra Valkyria and, Shayna Baszler match. So because of that match, just had to dumb it down just by 1.
Okay.
And I thought this was the best Monday Night Raw of the year, next to the Raw after WrestleMania in Philadelphia, which I was at.
I'm also going to give this a 9 out of 10. I thought this was a fantastic Raw. I really didn't care for AOP versus the New Day, like I said, and I also really didn't care for New Day for 8-Town Down Under versus Awesome Truth. But you know what? I still think it was well enough to get a 9 out of 10. It was a really great Raw, and I'm looking forward to next week. I can't wait.
Yeah, and the crowd was energetic throughout the night, which made it even better.
Oh, definitely. All right, so where can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me at my channel here, Michael101591. I do WWE reviews, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I do AEW reviews, PLEs. Also do movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates. I have old school commercials on my channel. So definitely go check out my channel. Datila also pops up on my channel from time to time when we do our PLE predictions. And my Monday Night Raw review will be up soon. So definitely check out my full review of that. And subscribe to my channel and have fun.
Yeah. Just make sure you guys subscribe. So as for myself, you guys can follow me on Twitter at @Datila_. I talk all things wrestling, WWE, AEW, TNA. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, occasional Saturdays and Sundays. For all things TNA, make sure you tune in every Thursday exclusively on Body Slam. And like I've mentioned this before, and I'll keep mentioning it. We are in Power Month. We are less than 20 days away from Power Morphicon. I'll be at Power Morphicon covering Power Morphicon. So make sure you subscribe so you can see the cool stuff that I'm going to show you guys from Power Morphicon. But with that being said, tomorrow's NXT Great American Bash Night 2. So I'll be covering that. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And if I don't see you guys tomorrow for NXT Great American Bash Night 2, I'll see you guys Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. Bye.
Bye, guys.